Hello from California, this is Sandy from Messy Papercrafts, and today I have a quick tutorial for you on how to create these abstract cards, and that's maybe important for you if you have bigger stamp sets like this one here, which I absolutely love. It's from Creative Depot, and you will see me making this one with the rabbits on the rooftop, and there is also an example on how you can use the other stamp. So it's a big stamp set, but maybe you don't want to color it all in. So here is a quick trick on how to create this abstract look. So I'm using my brush strokes by Holtz, and as you can see they have different forms and shapes, and here I'm using this strip, and in a former tutorial you saw this round circle, and these are really perfect to create some abstract backgrounds. And here you see that I place it into the Misty, and then I just ink it up once again with the distressed oxides, and because they sometimes come out a little bit splotchy, you might have to ink it up a few times, but I really like the look they create because it has this chalky and pastel feel to them. And I just placed it into different directions, so I just laid it all out here on the paper, and then I flipped it over, kind of mirrored this stamp, and then I did the same thing again. And now I just fill in some of these gaps, and this is just one easy way on how you could create this abstract look. And as you can see, I'm staying here in the same color combination. And I think the sky is blue, and because these bunnies are on the rooftop, they are in the sky. And you can obviously use any color. You will see me using this stamp again in a later tutorial as well, and there I will change up these different colors, but here I thought it would be nice to just stay in this blue color range. And here you can see now I just use these two different blue tones here with tumbled glass and salty ocean, and this way you have this really cool looking background in this abstract form. And especially if you have a stamping platform such as a Misty, it's super easy to create. But of course now I layered a lot of ink on top of this paper, which is just normal cardstock paper, and I had to dry it a little bit before I can do the next step. And first of all I use the anti-static powder here, because now I want to stamp, as I said, with this stamp set, which is so cute. I just love this by Creative Depot. And here you can see me placing the stamp down, and I use my favorite ink here, which is the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I love this for every stamp really, because it gives me always a really crisp impression, and usually I stamp it down 2 or 3 times just to create a little bit of a thicker border. And it's also good because the ink stays a little bit moist, so that I can use now this embossing powder. And that looks white, but it's actually clear embossing powder. And I just use that so that the image itself becomes a little bit more texturized, a little bit more shiny, because overall I want to have an abstract, very simplistic look, but I also want that the image stands out, and therefore I think this works really well to use this clear embossing powder. And now I'm using my decal trimmer by Holtz that you probably saw me using again and again. I absolutely love this look. And now I fill in the stars with this new Stamperia contour liner, and it has this really fine tip, so it's very easy to fill in like little details. And I also used some white just to add a little bit of white highlights. And now I also use some glossy accent just to give these bunnies a bit more texture and sheen, because once again I love the simplistic look of the abstract, and it's great for mass production, but at the same time I don't want that it looks boring. So I feel like with a little bit of the white and gold and glossy accent you create sheen and texture, and that really makes the stamp stand out. And because I stamped in black, I felt it would be a really nice contrast to also have some black cardstock to create this black border. And here you get a little bit of a closer look, and as you can see it's an abstract card, but it doesn't have to be boring. And if you want to add an extra detail, then I think to sew onto your cardstock is pretty cool, because here I just created another border, and this way you just can add even more interest. And you can see in the close-up here my stitching under the house was a little bit weird. That's because the needle broke. So if you use cardstock, then definitely have a very thick needle. So in this case, I just exchanged my needle that came with the machine for a jeans needle. So a needle that you would put into the machine to stitch onto jeans fabric, because that's a lot stronger. And here you can see another example. So once again, similar trick where you just have this abstract background. Here I use different colors and the second stamp of the Creative Depot stamp set. So if you don't like to color in big stamp sets like this one here, or maybe you have some at home where you have still not used them because it just takes too long to color it in, then the abstract route might be the way for you. So I hope that you have a crafty week and give it a go. And remember, no stressy, be messy and have fun. See you next time.